Hello, my name is Natalie Norton, and today I will be expanding your career growth with a new concept I like to call single tasking. We will be debunking popular myths regarding multitasking, exploring this new concept together, and finally, I will be giving you some tips and tricks to help cement this lifestyle into your day to day choices. Let us begin with this silly infographic I've found. It shows how truly outdated the idea of multitasking is, as clearly it devalues the human brain to that of a goldfish. Yikes. So, multitasking. What's the problem? A study at the University of London showed that participants who multitasked during cognitive tasks experienced declining IQ scores that were similar to what they'd expect if they'd smoked marijuana or stayed up all night, with IQ drops of 15 points for multitasking men. Multitasking lowered their scores to the average range of an 8-year-old child. Also, researchers at the University of Sussex compared the amount of time people spend on multiple devices, such as texting while watching the TV, to MRI scans of their brains. They found that high multitaskers had less brain density in the anterior cingulate and cortex, a region responsible for empathy as well as cognitive and emotional control. The solution to this lowered brain activity lies within single tasking. What is it? Single tasking spends your full potential and time on a single activity. Studies show that only 6 hours of this training can help subjects experience upsurges in neuron-nourishing blood flow, the genesis of new brain cells, improved communication between the regions of the brain, and increased white matter growth. This study was done by Forbes. Here is an infographic I have found that was curated by Christine Carter and presented by mindful.org. It shows some myths behind multitasking and the truth that unveils those myths to be false, such as busyness equals importance, which is not true, more is better, which we all know is not true, and doing nothing is a waste of time, which obviously is very important for our brain function. So here are some helpful options to help you begin single tasking, starting with the Pomodoro technique, moving on to enabling zero notifications, and then finally making a to-do list. So today we are beginning with the Pomodoro technique. The Pomodoro technique is a time management method developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. This technique uses a timer to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. These breaks are usually around 5 minutes, which equals to a clean half hour. In these breaks, you can make and drink a cup of coffee, some water, maybe stretch, get up, walk around, or do a breathing exercise. And by the end of this break, your brain will be at full potential to keep doing your single tasks. Second, we move on to zero notifications. Enabling a zero notification application on your computer or your cell phone will help you avoid complete reliance on your willpower, which will be faulty as a novice to single tasking. This is very easy to do on most cell phones. For example, Apple developers have included a do not disturb option, which keeps all of your notifications from popping up on iPhone or Mac products while single tasking is in place. This may seem very much so an infeasible task, which is commonly used in your day-to-day life. For example, at movie theaters. This is used by movie theaters across the globe to help viewers maximize their viewing experience. What they do is movie theaters run an ad to help the audience silence their cell phones to help the viewers maximize their viewing experience. And finally, we move on to making a to-do list. This lifelong technique will also help us in learning the powerful skill of saying no and being okay with cutting off the unnecessary fluff in our everyday life. Keep it short. Manageable and flexible, this is a great way to help master this helpful habit. If necessary, at the end of the day, anything left on your list will be added to the top of tomorrow's list. Easy. In conclusion, the problem with today's culture is that we are expected to be busy all of the time. We will get maximum enjoyment out of time with family, or with that coveted book that's been on your shelf for I don't know how long, or in our own self reflection, if we are willing to devote ourselves to the practice of single tasking. Thank you. I hope this helps.